Good morning, everyone. Jason J. Castanet, aka Sismo, and welcome back to a brand new video. Not too long ago, about 3 days ago or 4 days ago, something like that, I uploaded a video about, you know, racism. It's everywhere, man. We talked about it. You know, I hope it's helpful. This is something entirely new, something that I learned took me a long time to be here, though, honestly, to really comprehend that, to grasp its meaning, its powerful meaning. And I hope it can help you. I'm not an expert for by no means. I don't know it all either. I'm just simply sharing something that it took me a lot to really fathom, process, you know, and enjoy the beautiful meaning of what it was to understand that. First and foremost, we're going to talk about relationships. And I had my share. I've had, quite a few relationships. Mostly that were toxic. Um, because I made it that way. Because insecurity can lead to a lot of things. And this is the thing that men don't really comprehend. And I speak only for myself, but in reality, we are naturally idiots. and because we have an ego, you know what I mean? Our ego is huge yet fragile. So, I want to talk about this thing, man. That, like, not too long ago, I was in a relationship myself, and we find ourselves inevitably going into a relationship, because sometimes we don't want to be alone, and sometimes we just, the situation presents itself, so we take advantage of that. But you have to realize, at some point, you have to analyze yourself and what you truly want out of it. Sometimes we don't even know that. It took me a long time to learn that. I was an idiot. I'm still an idiot, but more knowledgeable, if that makes sense. And we want to, continue. I personally learn a lot from past relationships. You know, Sometimes inevitably when you meet someone, don't make the mistake of, hey, how many dudes you been with? This and that. Because you're gonna open a portal to you don't want to go in. And if you do, it's going to be disaster. It's going to be devastating, overwhelming more than anything, because she might say this. Women, not all women are the same. We're not bashing on women, absolutely not. In my experience, what I've experienced so far, uh, every female has a backup. It's about 75%, and that is a high ratio. Now, what am I getting into? What I'm trying to, tell you. If a woman, she's with you for a reason, because you're doing something right. But inevitably, we fuck it up, as always, because our ego gets, the best of us. We, all this and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, unfortunately, she had other men, and you're not going to be the only one. So you need to understand that. You need to understand that if you're going to be toxic, hey, where are you going? This and that. Hey, I'm going to tell you something straight out, man. If a woman wants to cheat, she'll do it, and you probably won't even know. They're so sly, they're so methodical, that you have absolutely no fucking idea what she's capable of. I'm not saying all women are the same. Like I said, this is just from experience, because that happened to me. She had the audacity to bang this guy, in the same household. Like, literally, I was in the living room with my headphones, which I have right here. They're about 3 years old. These headphones were very useful to me. They're old now. They're all beat up, and they survived Juarez. They survived a very fucked up time in my life. But these saved me from hearing that she will go in the room. So what does that tell you? To some women, not all of them, okay? Let's just make that clear. Not all women are the same. But if you're going through something like that you don't really know the difference between love or lust or something that you just don't want to be alone, you have to like really analyze yourself and think about it. She chose you for a reason. Out of all the dudes she was talking to, she chose you. So don't fuck it up, guys. That took me a very long time to, you know, understand that. It's one thing processing, and another thing is understanding that. So I have a beautiful relationship now. I've learned everything from all the relationships I've had. I took the good part. I'm not talking about, oh yeah, this and that. No, no, no. When you learn something, you need to implement that in your life, because that's what is life experience for. If you don't implement that into your new life, then you're not really gonna have anything. You know what I mean? So this is a random video, guys, but I hope this, mainly for, for my fellow dudes that, they find themselves like, hey, you know what, if you are with someone because the abilities or the pleasures that she can do for you, that you're in the wrong relationship, or for economics or poor or anything like that, depending. I'm not saying that I know everything, but if you're in for those reasons, then you probably need to be alone and kind of work on yourself, because you have to love yourself and work on yourself. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but believe me, it took me a long time. Choose your battles, guys. Like, I'm in a beautiful relationship. I don't look at her phone. She goes out. Because trust is the most important thing in a relationship that you want to have. That you want to share the silence. That, hey, let me see your phone, because that's toxic. Hey, where you've been? I got a golden rule. Hey, I'm going to check in. Hey, you know what, babe? I'm going to go with the guys. This and that, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Because when you start asking questions and checking phones and all that stuff, like, yes, we're together, we have a life together, we love each other, but overall, trust is everything. And unfortunately, sometimes you cannot find that, and it's very, very difficult. I cannot stress this enough, how difficult it is for you to be comfortable with that. And guys have a lot of demons in there, you know what I mean? So if you have a lot of demons, you only know why they're there, you know what I mean? Let them go. Be comfortable with yourself, and kind of ask yourself, what do I want out of this relationship? Because believe me, I've been there, and it wasn't very healthy. Like I said, if she's going to cheat, she will do it, and you probably won't even know. That happened to me. I'm a little more experienced in that. I'm not bragging or anything, but body language. You got to look into that, and you more than anybody probably knows your partner, better. So I mean, if you believe that your woman's cheating, there's ways that you can find out. Like I said, you got to just pay close attention to the movements. But when it becomes like that, in all honesty, guys, if you think she's cheating on you, and it's best, my personal advice to you is to let it go. I know it's hard to do, but if you cheat and she cheats, you know what I mean, it's just going to be toxic, and it's not going to go anywhere. You more than likely will catch a case, especially here in the U.S., depending on the state. Domestic violence, it is something that you do not want to have on your record, because it'll limit yourself. You can't own a gun. You can have an apartment. And if you do, it's going to be very difficult. because most people it's kind of frowned upon. So, you know, take care of yourself, guys. I will be making another video on this topic. Any comments you have on this? Believe me, I don't know everything, but I'm in a position in my life that situation presented itself for the better part of, of my life. And I'm very happy. I'm not saying that it's all, we have our disagreements, but how you go about and how you handle the situation as an adult, sometimes it's very difficult to do so. But whatever you have, if you have any comments or any questions, I'll be more than happy to kind of, help you. And if I can, then, we'll figure it out. I hope this video is useful for you guys, especially my fellow dudes. Be careful, choose your battles. I'm not a counselor, I'm not an expert, I'm not a professional. I simply learned the hard way. I don't know everything, but I know how to choose my battles now, and I don't let my pride get the best of me. So you guys take care of yourself. Over and out.